Today I'm going to make a start on the roof cladding, but I have decided I'm going to put some of the bubble wrap, and I've got some aluminium tape, so I'm going to try and seal up the roof to help prevent the condensation. I'm only going to do sections to cover these bits up because obviously it'll seal to that with the tape. I've used old pallet wood for the battens to screw the cladding to. At the front it already had this because it had a carpeted roof panel, so I'm going to screw it to that at the front, which is handy. But to do that you'd only have to put a section in and screw it through like that if you're doing your own. And at the back it had similar there, but because of this bit obviously where the light used to be, I've had to add some more on here. So I think that was 30 by 30, some stuff I had left, but 1.8 metre length to be plenty, so I've added a bit here to go around there, so I've got the full length of it now. And I'm going to start wrapping things up. So again, just because it's convenient, I've been to Wickes's. I've got a roll of the thermal foil and some of the foil tape. I'm going to start sticking it up now. Just looking to see if it actually says anything about the R value mentioned on a previous video on insulation, and yeah, there's nothing there. So we're all covered up and taped up now. For the next job, I'm putting a couple of planks of cladding up. To get ahead of myself, I'm going to fit some lights to them already and then build the rest around it so the wiring's hidden. This is the new kit I tend to use. Lots of separate LEDs. They go into a junction box. And the newer kits I found tend to have this LED controller. So you've got a remote control. The old kits I used to use had this. So there's a dimmer switch. You can control the lights and dim them with the remote control. But they do sometimes turn the lights on in an adjacent van if you happen to have the same switch, which can be amusing on a campsite if you park quite close. I am thinking of using this, so I can have a separate switch in the corner to turn like a main switch for on and off. Then on the control panel area here, I'm thinking I might have the dimmer there, just so it's more of a manual adjustment I can reach from bed. So that's what I'm going to go with for now, possibly. The good thing about this one though is you can hide everything. This one you'd have to have wires in and out, so not made my mind up yet, but I don't have to make my mind up yet, so I can work on that one. These are the lights that come in the kit. The bezel unscrews, and it's got a hole on the bottom that you can screw it to the cladding. These are little connectors, so I've made a hole just big enough for those to go through. So I've got 4 holes in each plank, and I'm going to have 8 lights in here. And lights, I know that'll be plenty. So that's the light screwed onto cladding. The glass and the bezel screw back on. And got another 7 to do, and then I'll be mounting them on the roof. So I've put those 4 on, and just thought it'd be easier. I've held it up in place and drilled the pilot holes for the mounting screws to the roof. Then just to keep it all nice and straight lines once it's up, I've drilled through the pilot holes into the other plank, so the screws should end up in line, and then when I'm putting the other cladding up, I can make a line between these, and then all the screws should end up in line, which looks nice and neat, hopefully. So now we have 4 lights on each piece of cladding, and I've stretched the wires, not stretched them, placed the wires across so they all come down this side, and I'll be connecting them into that. So that's the wires all connected up. I've added a dimmer for now. On the other end, in the kit, you get this. So I can test it, plug it in there, and we have light. And the dimmer works well on it. So I'm going to connect the remote control on it now and see how that goes. Okay, now annoyingly, when I first connected it on and I pulled this out of the battery thing, when I plugged it in, it started strobing. I'm not going to show you how it was strobing because somebody might be epileptic watching it. I don't want to cause any problems. So I had to push this bit in, pull it out, and I just give the battery a wipe and I put it all back together, and the power button does work now. So turn it on. So that's the 25, 50 and 100% buttons. There is a speed and a mode button. Obviously I think the mode and speed go with making the lights flash. Now personally I have no idea why anybody would want to make the lights flash. Drove me mad. So pressing the brightness down button, you can control the brightness even more than by using the 3 buttons on the percentages. So now I know all those work. I think just for neatness I will probably keep the LED controller in line. Now what I also do with these is, because you're going to have these hidden up here behind the cladding, I tape these up because sometimes they rattle loose. So I put them together and I put some tape around them just to make sure there's no chance of that. I usually use duct tape as well, just because it's stronger, less likely to come apart. And if you are in a bigger van, obviously there's enough slots in the kit. You can have 10 lights on, so there are some spare bulbs. What I have done with my own relay is I've wired some up separately on a separate switch, so different parts of the van you can turn them on and off as you want. Like I've got one set in along the kitchen area, one where we're sitting if we want to sit and read, and another set for the bedroom. And the bedroom ones I've put on the remote control dimmer. I've got the 2 cladding planks up. I've taped some of the wires together. I'm going to duct tape them all up out of the way. I've taped up the 2 connections. decided to go with the LED controller on the remote control just because there'll be less wires flying around everywhere. And I've tucked the wire down through here and wired it into the fuse box. So that's another job done. I'll continue with the rest of the cladding another day. I just got to find my duct tape, tape that up. So happy days, job done. I'll include a link for the lights, the lighter kit, in the description of the video, and hope you watch the next one. Bye for now.